Caitlin Clark sold out every arena she walked into last season. She drove record TV ratings. She brought sponsors the WNBA had never seen. And the league just sent back a CBA counter-proposal that rewards exactly 3 players. 3. Out of an entire league. Everyone else, the league didn't move a single dollar for them.
They did make some changes that would enable players on rookie deals, like Caitlin Clark, like Paige Bueckers, also Aaliyah Boston, to basically advance to the max salary more quickly. And
that's not a negotiation. That's a branding exercise. The league looked at the revenue Clark helped generate, the sellouts, the TV deals, the merchandise spikes, and instead of sharing that money across the league, they built a deal around 3 marketable names. Not to protect those players. To profit from them. There's a difference. But here's what makes this worse. The league didn't just build a deal for 3 players. They built a deal designed to split the union in half. Because right now, 2 executive committee members, same union, same leadership table, are sending completely opposite messages about whether this deal is a win or a fight. Same proposal. 2 different realities. And the reason they disagree comes down to where they sit in the pay structure, and who this deal was actually built to serve. Every time a CBA update leaks, the headlines focus on 2 numbers. The maximum salary and the rookie scale. Those are the numbers the league wants you to see. But here's the number they never mention. The median. Lexi Brown called it out publicly. Stop telling us the average. Tell us what the player in the middle actually makes. Because on the Connecticut Sun, only 2 players on the entire roster were above that reported average. 2. That average salary is a ghost number, inflated by the top earners and completely disconnected from what most players take home. The reason the league even has more money to negotiate with is because of what Clark did to the ratings, the attendance, the sponsorship landscape. She raised the revenue ceiling for the entire league. And the league's response was to raise the floor for exactly 3 people.
When you see about the max salary increasing for your top players, and you see about how the rookie scale can be boosted, one thing Natasha Cloud pointed out that you mentioned is that it feels like the players in the middle are the ones that really have to worry about, how are we going to benefit from whatever these proposals are.
That's a veteran saying out loud what the numbers already show. The max boost helps the top tier. The rookie scale helps the incoming class. But the players in between, the role players, the 6th women, the defensive anchors who don't sell jerseys but win games, this counter gave them nothing. Revenue share, the one mechanism that lifts every player regardless of status, did not move. Still under 15% net. The only number that would have sent Clark's economic impact across the entire roster, not just to the top of it. And the players themselves can't even agree on whether this deal is worth taking. That split isn't random. It falls along the exact same line the league's proposal draws, top versus middle. And that might not be an accident. Here's the fracture. Kelsey Plum, vice president of the union, publicly called the latest proposal a win. She said a strike would be the worst thing for both sides. Same week, Alicia Clark, also a union leader, corrected the record on social media. Her words, players expressing personal opinion on not loving the idea of a strike versus it being taken off the table are very different. A strike, she said, is very much still on the table. Same executive committee. Same proposal. 2 completely opposite reads. And the union president, Nneka Agwamike, she hasn't said a word. If this deal were truly a win for the majority, the person whose job is to represent all of them would be the first one saying so. Her silence tells you everything.
Kelsey, a strike would be the worst thing for both sides. We've made progress. Are y'all reading the same CBA? Are y'all seeing the same proposal? Because I'm confused how 2 tones can be so drastically different.
Why does this split exist? Because the deal was built to create it. When you fast-track max money for 3 and freeze revenue share for everyone else, you give the stars a reason to accept and the middle class a reason to fight. That's not a negotiation failure. That's a strategy. And the one person with the authority to close the gap, Adam Silver, claimed at All-Star Weekend he was very involved in the CBA process. Breanna Stewart said he hasn't been at a single bargaining session. Not one meeting. Not one Zoom. He'll show up when Clark's star power makes the league look good. He disappears when it's time to make the deal fair. Let's be clear about something. Caitlin Clark filled those arenas. She drove those TV numbers. She brought the sponsors, the eyeballs, the national media attention this league chased for 28 years. The revenue the league is now negotiating with, she helped generate it. And instead of building a CBA that reflects what she did for this league, they built one that uses her name as a headline while the players she shares a court with every night get left behind. The league calls this progress. Progress for who? 3 players get a fast track to the max. 140 others get a revenue share that didn't move a single point. The league says this is historic investment in women's basketball. But unrivaled, a league that has existed for one season, in one building, just made $1 million in gate revenue from a single game. The WNBA sold out arenas across the country all year long. Season ticket holders. Playoff games. Premium pricing. And the league says they can't move above 15% net revenue share? The money is there. The willingness to share it is not.
Because it is going to be very difficult for you to convince folks that Unrivaled can make $1 million off one game at the door, and a league that has seen that particular building sell out multiple times, including the postseason, with tickets at a much higher rate, with season ticket holders that pay a much higher price. Y'all ain't make no money.
And through all of this, the headlines, the negotiations, the league waving her name around like a trophy, what has Caitlin Clark actually said? Nothing. She hasn't gone on a podcast to demand a bigger deal. She hasn't posted on social media about what she's owed. She hasn't leveraged her platform to negotiate publicly. She just plays. She shows up. She fills arenas. She signs autographs for fans who waited 3 hours. And then she does it again. And that's the cruel irony. Clark's silence is what makes her so valuable to the league. She doesn't make demands. She just produces. And every time she produces, the league's revenue grows, the sponsorship deals get bigger, the TV numbers climb higher. And the league takes all of it to the bargaining table, not to build a deal that reflects what Clark contributed, but to profit from the fact that she'll never complain about it. The players were told 2 years ago to save their money for this fight. They saw it coming before Clark was even drafted. But the money they're fighting over now exists at this scale because of what Clark did when she arrived. The league is negotiating with Clark-era revenue. And they're trying to close a deal on pre-Clark terms. Caitlin Clark changed this league. The attendance numbers prove it. The TV ratings prove it. The new media deal proves it. She walked into the WNBA and generated more economic value in one rookie season than most franchises had seen in a decade. And the league's response was to build a CBA counterproposal that fast-tracks max money for 3 players, freezes revenue share for everyone else, and uses Clark's name as the headline to sell it as progress. This is not a CBA that protects Caitlin Clark. This is a CBA that profits from her. And until the league moves on revenue share, the one mechanism that would send Clark's economic impact across every roster in this league, the deal isn't historic. It's a headline. Drop a comment. Do you think the league moves on revenue share before March 10th, or are we headed for a strike? Hit subscribe and tap that bell so you don't miss the next update. Because this story is far from over. Clark filled the arenas. The league pocketed the money. And now they're selling it back to 3 people and calling it progress.